And welcome back. It is the first day of spring in year 5. We've made it to year 5 with only one death. I am so pleased. And as you can see, with winter over now, or rather coming to an end, the tile set has changed once again to let us know that there's just splotches of snow on the ground now. It's mostly starting to melt. As you can see, I have started work on the ambassadorial dining quarters, and unlike more or less any of the other dining areas, the ambassadorial one isn't going to be symmetric, nor is it going to have large, efficient gathering spots for tables and chairs, or the equal number at each table and chair. There's going to be lots of different setups of tables and chairs to facilitate different sorts of diplomatic meetings. You know, there'll even be a place where one ambassador can sit by himself. If he's been shunned by the rest of the diplomatic community, he will have to eat on his own. There are places for 2 people to sit, places for 3 or 4 or more, and hopefully this will be a nice little area, and I'm sure other people will come here now and then, perhaps to discuss with the ambassadors the possibility of moving into the kingdom. Of course, no one will want to leave here, really. I'm sure what they would want to do is move in there under the guise of switching allegiance, really just to convince everyone else to move out of their kingdom and come over here. And that's fine. I'm okay for such things. Obviously, my hands are clean. I have asked no one to do anything. But I'm going to turn a blind eye to such machinations. But at the moment, we are just getting things made. Ooh! Is that what I think it is? It is a silver statue! Fantastic! Let's get this built right now. We're going to build this in the dining room to B. Let's get you built, and we'll have the other statue over there as well. Oh, that's fantastic. I'm really glad of that. But time is still marching forward and things are being built. So I'm going to pause the recording here, let some more time pass, and get some more things built. And when you return, we may even have the other statue finished. That would be pretty nice. We might even have these rooms done at the top, but that may be hoping for quite a lot. But I shall see you in a few minutes in any case. Well, you return a little bit earlier than I would have liked. We have some mants coming through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are they all spread up? 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, I'm okay with it just being 10. I was expecting it to be a little bit more based on our kingdom worth, which is starting to rise very, very sharply. I've already given the call to arms, though whether they will ring the bell in time, I do not know. Nevertheless, we're going to have to just hope that they do. Let's check you out. How are you doing, Mant Worker? You're in good health. Well, one of you isn't, because you went over loads of traps. Let's have a look. Missing your right arm. The Mant has an injured abdomen. Okay. What about you? You're in good health. And you? You're in good health. I must have read it wrong. These do not appear to have any sort of AoE, though I say I read it wrong. I didn't. But the information is incorrect, it would appear. Right, let's get into the fight then. There is no rest for the wicked. Right, if the alarm has been sounded, no it hasn't, but it should be in just a moment. Come on, ring the bell. There we go. Fantastic. I need everyone down here right now helping us. I'm not sure who the mants are attacking. I will find out in just a moment, however. Right, this should let me know who's managed to taunt who. Sir Prancy looks to be the one in trouble. Okay. Well, Sir Prancy has done fairly well against a large group of mants before, so I'm just going to hope that's going to remain the case. A mant is already down. No mants have arrived. Oh, really? Oh, well, we haven't finished the work on the Great Hall yet. I'm sure once that's done, we will get loads of people coming down here. Really? Is no one helping? We must have killed the mant that I told everyone to come and help kill. Damn it. Okay, everyone get involved, please, before someone else dies. Well, rather, before someone dies, that's us, and not a mant. But we seem to be doing okay. Wow, a load of them died just there. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we've got 6 down of the 10. That leaves only 4. Fair enough. We appear to be doing okay. Wow. Considering how long it took everyone to get involved, I'm actually really surprised. I was certain we were going to see someone go down there. Did anyone lose a limb? Are there any limbs on the ground? They do not appear to be. Well, well, well. Very well done, everyone. Alright, let's sound the all clear then. Let's go back up here. Where's the Great Hall? We'll also set this one to sound the all clear as well. Alright, I'm going to pause the recording, get everyone out of their uniform, and continue to spend some time hoping for things to be built. And when we return, I shall show you what I've been working on. So, see you soon. And welcome back. As you can see, we are under attack, and probably as you can hear as well. Have we got any steel? No, we don't have any steel equipped goblin soldiers at the moment. We have one iron equipped there, hammer and axe, and we have a few goblin raiders, another goblin fighter, 2 goblin fighters, and 2 ogres. So okay, it's a reasonable attack force, I suppose. But they are probably going to get very hurt going through there. Oh, one of them is dead. Got you. Now we'll see how these do to the other ones going through. Come on then. Let's have a look. Actually, would that be an event? No. Alas. Well, actually, it's the 3rd day of spring. Okay. Oh, you get all of these goblins. What on earth happened there? Oh, they're punching the door. Okay. Fair enough. We'll let them come through. Another bit of wounding. Another bit of wounding there. This one in what looked like bronze. My goodness. The alarm has been sounded and people should be equipping themselves. And it looks like they are slowly making their way through. Okay, how about I have the Poisonous Ancients go and beat the living daylights out of these poor sods. I do actually feel a little bit bad for doing this. Right, get up there. Once you've engaged, I will send everyone else as well. There we go. The fight has begun. Now, let's get everyone to attack the Goblin Fighter. And also... let's see. Lizzie, by the way, is equipped in quite a lot of steel stuff now. Steel gauntlets, steel greaves. It is going very well. All that remains, steel boots and steel pauldrons, and then Lizzie will be entirely encased in steel. How's Sir Prancy doing? No, he's only got bronze greaves at the moment, but he's also got steel gauntlets, so his hands are protected. Fantastic. But yes, let's get everyone into these fights. Make sure there's plenty of targets so they don't try to run away. Oh my lord, I hadn't cleaned up the manse. That's quite bad of me. But I don't expect that we're going to have too much trouble here, especially with everyone piling in now. Yeah, the goblins are dropping like flies. It's only the ogres, and they only take time to kill. They're not really a threat. Not to our steel-equipped soldiers, anyway. It seems that we are at a fairly good place in terms of our kingdom worth, because it's preventing a lot of the really dangerous stuff from spawning, while still allowing us to be quite lethal. And there we are, it's all over. Well, I'm not going to pause the recording this time. I'm going to go ahead and rebuild these doors and get everyone out of their gear on screen. And the reason for that is so I can tell you about some of the things that I've planned. I'm sure a very large amount of you have already worked out what I'm going to be building underneath the Great Hall. These areas have been conspicuously left untiled, and that is because I am slowly digging out a new waterway underneath the Great Hall. We're not just going to have a well on top of it, we want to see this water. It's not going to be flowing water, I guess, and that is a damned shame, but there's not much I can do about that, unfortunately. I can't really keep afloat, or at least not yet. I believe later on there are things that we can possibly build, mechanisms that will allow us to pump water around, and maybe I'll have a delightful waterfall flowing down in front of our mirror wall at that point. But until then, we're not going to have flowing water going on. However, there is more. Yes, indeed, I've been a very busy little Aavak. Up here, we have... this room is largely, well, not quite finished, but it's getting there. We've only got one more wall that we need to build out, and then I need to put in the fences or block walls, as the case may be. Block walls in this case. Let's pop those back there. We will have fences going across there and there. And in fact, I can go ahead and build those now. That's furniture, rail fence, and birch. I noticed that I built the fences all the way over here out of the wrong stuff, so I've corrected that, though it'll be a while before it's built, I imagine. Now, as you can see, you can start to see the sort of lay of the dining hall and where the tables, and I hope you can assume where the chairs are going to be. Now, up there, that's right, we've actually got work starting on the orchards area. As much as it pains me to put dirt there, like a dirt floor, I realised that we've got that over here. The precedence has already been set in that we have dirt and various other types of floors atop the Great Hall as is, and there's no real way of distinguishing between ceiling and floor anyway. I'm afraid this is going to be one element where I'm just going to have to say, no, my OCD can take a back seat. This is just going to be silly if I build up a whole new layer there, because that means a new layer on top of this one before I can actually get anything down. This layer would just be full of stone, or dirt, rather. It would have a stone floor and then a dirt filling. And it just seems like an awful lot of work for not very much return. Now, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to have to set up a path around here that will go to an actual stair area that will lead up to the final sort of layer of this area where we'll have our main farms, and down here we'll have our groves. I've not really decided how I'm going to set those up, in what kind of dimensions they're going to be, or what's going to be where, but I'm wondering if I really need to worry too much about pine and birch, because pine and birch I pretty much just buy, or I set stuff up outside. I mean, I suppose I could keep it there simply to have our anyone with horticulture being trained up in their speed. And I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I'll probably go for having all of them represented, but I'm mostly going to have the apple and orange trees. They're going to be the larger groves, I imagine, because that's what I actually want from them is their fruit. Wood isn't as big of a concern. But finally, you guys are going to have a roof over your rooms. Not that you really deserve it, you fussy little buggers. We're still waiting on the beds to be made over there, and probably it's going to take a while because I keep using up the birch. Silly me. Let's see, where else have we got? We've got some birch up on top of the hill there that I could go to, and a huge birch wood over there as well. I may actually start digging into that. At the moment, it's a bit hard to predict when the goblins will arrive, but it takes them several days after an attack to launch a new one. So we're probably safe for quite some time. The biggest threat will be mounts, honestly. So yeah, let's go out there and get these trees felled. We'll actually get them all. Chop them all down, that's right. Leave no trees standing, and bring them all in. On that note, let's clean these floors, eh? Let's get all of that cleaned up. There we go. Right, we're slowly making progress with that then. But it's going to be a while before we've got all of that done. And I've got to make loads of furniture for there as well. Now, my plans, since I've now done the big reveal, I'm sure most of you could tell what it was going to be anyway. I'm going to have statues there, statues flanking this entrance there. Obviously, these will be replaced with higher value statues in time. Statues probably in these alcoves in the walls on the side. I'm also going to be having statues in the middle here. I'm not sure what I'm going to make them out of yet. I'm not sure if I will go for silver. I might go for a more earthy metal like copper. Just because that seems more appropriate for action pieces. Although it won't be any different than any other statue in the fort, in my mind's eye, it's going to be some depiction of a great battle between two heroic gnomes, or rather a heroic gnome and a heroic foe. Some worthy opponent that even the gnomes acknowledge because of their great strength or battle prowess, and they will just be the centerpiece of this great hall. There'll be a battle going on there, and this table here will be surrounding it, so it'll be like the primo table there that everyone will want to sit at so they can look at the fantastic work of art that will be centerpiece in there. As for torches, I'm probably going to have a torch on the outside of these blocks, and likewise on the outside of these blocks as well. I may replace those blocks with, well, no, I might not. I might replace that one with a water one as well, because the water will make sense with the dip into the water that you'll be able to see right in front of the mirror wall. Now down here, obviously I am tiling it. This is the irony, is because I can see it, it really matters to me. Even though the gnomes never will, under normal operation, I'll know it's there. But the roof, it's a lot easier for me to say, it doesn't really matter, it's too much work. If only there were a way for me to specify there is a roof. Alas, there is not. So I'm just going to have to assume that they are actually tiling these places. Every time I tile a floor, they're also tiling the ceiling. That's what I'm going to roll with. Even if it's just art-hexing, plasterboarding the ceiling, I don't care, as long as it's not dirt. But the grass is starting to propagate, and that's why I really pushed to get this set up now rather than going ahead and raising it another level, is simply because I want the grass to have time to propagate. It's a fairly large area, and even now it's taking time, but that will speed up as it's covered more area. Now, regarding the path, I'm thinking of a curving path coming down there and across over to here where there'll be steps. I will probably take this whole wall back one, though, so that there's room around the back of the sun shaft down into the emu enclosure. I'm not sure on that one, though. I may have to think of that, though. It's going to be a while before we can do it. It may end up being winter before we can move these farms, simply because I want to gather as much straw as I can for our animals. But come this winter, I'm fairly certain we will be at a position where we will literally just finish all of this off, and we will finally, after so long, have our fields and our orchards built the way they are meant to be. And then later on we'll actually have some overhanging towers. I may build new support structures rising up, maybe out of wood, I don't know, make it look like scaffolding or something, to support a tower that'll kind of overhang. There'll be like a lip overhanging this wall up on this level, and we'll have 2 towers, I'm thinking, on either side for sniping. Or just for looks, really. This one, obviously, I need to add a roof, and it'll almost certainly be out of red brick tiled roof there. But everything is starting to come together, and I'm really, really starting to like the look of what we've got. We've got a lot of functional areas that just, well, in my opinion, look amazing. But I guess that is for history to judge, not me. But for now, I'm going to wrap the recording up. It's, actually, looking at the time, there's enough time. I'll pause the recording here, and I will see if I can get a little bit more progress in before wrapping the recording up. So I shall see you in a few minutes, which will probably be, knowing me, another fight. So I'll see you soon. And welcome back. As you can see, I had to break the wall apart. I've gone ahead and started to dig out the areas now that you know what there's going to be. However, this was a bit of a risky move. I realized that initially, unlike the rest of the walls, which I'd replaced the floors underneath them, because this was a wall bordering an edge, I just replaced the wall. But obviously, if I'm going to dig this area down, you're going to see the transition between the wall and the wall below. That is the floor. So I needed to replace it. But if you dig out an edge, it becomes a valid spawn location for anything that might spawn along that edge. So, for example, if a man decided to attack now, it could very well decide to spawn in here. That would be so terribly bad. I can't even put it into words. However, it looks like we've run out of marble. Oh no. This is bad times, everybody. Bad times. The marble on the floor? No? Okay, well, we're going to have to mine out even more. Oh no, there is some marble on the floor. Well, still, I'm going to tell them to mine more marble. This is actually kind of dangerous. For obvious reasons. If a mant wave spawned inside, thus bypassing my military and immediately waging war against my citizenry, yeah, that's probably not going to end well. Ironically, once the changes that RoboBob plans to bring in for mants come in, that actually might not have been such a bad situation, because the mants would spawn and look for food. And by spawning in the Great Hall, right next to where I store an enormous amount of food, they'd probably quickly have their fill and leave, without, necessarily destroying my entire workforce. But, well, we'll have to see. Right, it all comes down to how quickly we can get more marble blocks made at this point. What are you making at the moment? You're making granite blocks. We do not want granite blocks, and you're also very, very slow because these haven't been stored anyway. So let's try and clean out those floors, shall we? Now, hopefully we'll get some more statues made soon. I want to... I'm wondering, should I go for bronze or should I go for copper? For the 2 statues in the middle. I kind of... I kind of like bronze rather than copper, because copper's a little bit too bright orange for my tastes. I mean, I know that's roughly what copper would look like, but aged copper is more of a browny green colour. Especially if it's actually been outdoors. I mean, obviously, this isn't outdoors, but still, I don't mind that colour. It's why I like the malachite statue so much. But no, I think we'll go for bronze. I do want it to be a kind of lustrous colour, like a goldy colour without being gold. Though, that said, I've never actually seen gold in its representation in the game, like how gold would be in Gnomoria. So perhaps that's something I will find out at some point. But for now, we'll get those two bronze statues, and we'll get them placed in there. I really hope my masons can make some bloody marbles soon. Well, I may actually end up wrapping this one up on a bit of a cliffhanger, without us knowing the fate of Castlegoat and whether the man's managed to invade and kill us all in our sleep. That would be a rather sad way to go, I must confess. But let's have a look up here. How's the work going? Grass is propagating very nicely. That's well done. Ah! Okay, I see what's happening. You are getting distracted by the fact that I've asked you to make basalt. Okay, I'm going to break the links there. Well, actually, I'll go ahead and break these ones too. I would rather you focus on the marble right now. Everything else can wait. Ah, fantastic. You've actually finished the birch fences. That's awesome. We'll probably have not fences, but windows over here, so pillars. Well, yeah, we could have some pillars in the middle, perhaps. Or I could just bring out the walls and have another fence. I'll probably do that, actually. And we'll definitely need some light in here. I've left kind of higgledy-piggledy room all over the place, so we could just have standing torches in some locations, but I may just have wall torches. I actually prefer the aesthetic of wall torches over standing torches. Right. Well, we've got loads of straw at the moment, and we're only in the 5th day of spring, so that's actually pretty nice. Come on, please. Please hurry up and build the walls. I am panicking. But I think I am going to wrap this up there, and when you return, you'll either return to us in the middle of a fight for our lives because the Mants have undermined our defences and come in through the back door, or you'll come back to the room being completely sealed off once again. The keep will be enclosed as per stronghold. What are you doing out there? Oh, you're gathering logs. Fair enough. That's a little bit risky. There was a honey badger making a beeline for you there, my lord. He must feel those logs are his. But I'm going to wrap the episode up there now. I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I hope you are excited for what the Great Hall will one day become, probably one day soon. But for now, that's it from me and from everyone in Castlegoat. So once again, I do hope you've enjoyed. I hope you will join us in the next. But until then, do take care.